Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is an interesting day, and it's a lot of varied news, but one of the biggest things, as you saw in the thumbnail, is a possible, maybe, Zack Snyder's Justice League release date. But before we get into that, I want to once again thank you to the members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. I've got a few members today, and I want to share it with you right now. Thank you so much to David Feldman for actually clicking on and joining my membership. I know it's kind of difficult for the iOS members. You actually have to go to like Safari or Google Chrome to actually go to the desktop mode in order to actually get to the join site. Or you can click on the site in the description below. There's a link to join the channel. But yes, thank you so much, David Feldman. Also want to thank the rest of my members over here, from Marvel Man, James Lex, Chan Samaru, David Tyler, OG, Javi, ASB Jones, Eugene Joseph, Ursiv 44215, Tomato, William Powell, Andreas Karlstrom, Timothy Dahlbeck, Vod Carius, Raj Rudolph, Mott 50, Salman Malik, Brent Coffey, Maximilian Platten, Jeffrey Mock, Il Divino Vega, JD McRae, Griff the Sith, Michaela, Mike Smith, Bon Jovi Calendar, Big Rooster, Nadir Hussein, Roger Benavides, Code Awesome 28, the ACS Universe, Carlos N, Mr. J310, Frank Dabrowski, Cal L of Krypton, Curtis Deberg, WNH Productions, Danny Gray, Derek Schultz, Ray Ray's Collection, Entertainment, Brandon Hall, Krypton Cage, George, Arib Hussein, David Sharrington, and Sickness. Thank you so much to all my members to joining the Ping Pong Flix Show. Again, you will get exclusive access every Sunday to an exclusive content video, but just thank you for supporting the channel. All right, guys, let's get into the updates. The first thing I want to get into is Ben Affleck wins Best Batman on Twitter, but not on Instagram. Okay, so what I talked about a little bit about this yesterday. The votes came in. IMDb themselves tweeted this out. Your votes are in, and the best Batman has been named. Ben Affleck has won the Twitter bracket. As you can see here, Ben Affleck won the Twitter bracket. There he is. There's some pictures there. Ben Affleck wins. Congratulations to everyone who voted and participated in this Best Batman poll. But unfortunately, we didn't have that much on Instagram. Instagram, on their Insta stories, which is gone now, it actually had Christian Bale winning almost like 80-20, pretty much. And so it is a different area out there. Granted, not many people knew about the Instagram voting, and I think a lot more people went to Twitter to vote instead. But it does come to show you that our fan base is kind of regular, constrained in Twitter, and it's better to try to expand that outwards to get more people involved in it. And not that there aren't any, but more people interacting and able to work with these little contests and events this way. So, but at least on Twitter, Ben Affleck has won the Twitter bracket for the best Batman. Next up, now we've talking about how there's the Flash movie that is definitely coming out, and that the Flash movie is starting to not really become the Flashpoint movie that they've been hyping for many years, right? One of the things they added in was Michael Keaton Batman, 1989 Batman. So far, there's no confirmation that Jeffrey Dean Morgan or even Thomas Wayne is even in this movie, or Ray Fisher as Cyborg is in this movie, but there's also apparently they're taking out Aquaman and Wonder Woman's war against each other from that storyline as well. The next biggest thing they're actually taking out from the Flash movie is that apparently, according to some insider sources, Reverse Flash will not be the main villain of the Flash. Now, this is actually coming from Humberto Gonzalez, who has more insider sources within Warner Brothers, not necessarily AT&T, but because it's a Warner Brothers film, he may be onto something. Maybe Reverse Flash would not be the main villain in the Flash. And that's it. That's pretty much all he had to give us inside sources in that little video. You may go and watch it. There's a lot of different fluff and there's a lot of different explanations about the Flash movie, including Ben Affleck reprising his role as Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton also being involved as well, actually being one of the more main characters in the story. But that they're probably wanting Andy Muschietti and Christina Hodson probably want to focus on the emotional core, the emotional impact of Barry's story and Bruce's story, because they both share the same thing. Their parents or their mothers are gone. Their mothers have been murdered. So they want to do that emotional content, and possibly it may not be enough time to explore a brand new villain like Reverse Flash, or even explore the Atlantean versus the Themysciran war. So I guess that kind of makes sense if they're really simplifying it. And so I'm thinking the Flash movie won't be called a Flashpoint movie after all. It'll just be a Flash movie. So that's something that came out today. The next thing, because we're talking about Flash, we might as well get into a little bit of Justice League. But the canceled Justice League. Yeah, the concept art for the canceled Doug Liman's Justice League Dark came out, and this is actually a scoop, or actually concept drawings that came on IMDb, but a scooper named Thomas Polito had pulled this up. The Houston Sharp, another early design for Swamp Thing for Doug Liman's canceled Justice League Dark. Incredible! That's huge, and that would look pretty terrifying on screen, I might add. I really like that look, and I hope that, you know, if they ever do another Justice League Dark, possibly the Justice League Dark that's going to be the HBO Max series, and that it would kind of maybe look like that. I don't know. J.J. Abrams is producing it, not exactly directing it. They still need a director, so maybe they will even kind of bring this back up. You know, look at the projects that have been done so far, look at the concepts that have been done so far, and this could be one of them, right? And so this one's Swamp Thing, an old concept I did for Doug Liman's canceled Justice League Dark movie. Doug and had the idea of Swamp Thing being a spirit of the swamp coming into form when a group of arsonists sets the plants ablaze. I'm going to take this away. This particular design was a collaboration between myself and Mason SG. Too bad the film got canned. It was a lot of fun to work on. More Justice League Dark concepts coming. Stay tuned. Now, the next picture is a little bit not safe for work, but it says, Clarion, the corpse of a boy possessed by flies, politely asks Constantine for a turn with his horror. Interesting. Another concept done by Doug Liman's canceled Justice League Dark. This illustration might be the peak of my artistic career. So the artist is named Houston Sharp, and I hope that he would get to do some of that, or actually recreate some of these scenes, maybe even this one, particularly into the actual new Justice League Dark series, right? But we'll have to wait and see about that. But this is an awesome shot. I think this would be magnificent, freakish, and kind of just awesome to look at on screen, especially on HBO Max, and that would be pretty awesome. So hopefully maybe J.J. Abrams will bring up some of that Justice League Dark concepts designed for Doug Liman's Justice League Dark, and hire Houston Sharp to actually bring these to life. So we'll have to wait and see about that. That's going to be really interesting, and I think it would be really cool if they tapped into that as well. So now we're talking about Justice League here. And the Justice League that we're probably all excited for, especially seeing that awesome Hallelujah trailer that I watched. Frankly, I watch every single damn day. Is that, when is the movie going to come out? When is this movie coming out? And so that's the thing that was going around today early in the morning, is that Zack Snyder's Justice League, a fact sheet on an official Warner Brothers press portal, was floating around, right? This whole press portal, they had everything from the cast and stuff. But there's a thing that really pulled out, and this is right here where Geek Vibes News has pulled out for us, is this. Possible release date revealed for Zack Snyder's Justice League from the Warner Brothers press portal. September 5th, 2021. Hashtag the Snyder Cut. And here you see it right here. This was on the top of that Warner Bros. Press portal. Made for TV movies. Oh, yes, of course. Made for TV. Premiere September 5th, 2021. Literally just over a year from now, if this is true, it will be available. There's an airline date. I have no idea what that means. But Zack Snyder's Justice League. I also want to put out the fact that they do call it right now Zack Snyder's Justice League, not Justice League the Snyder Cut. They actually put Zack Snyder's Justice League. The thing that's kind of a red flag for this, that's why we thought it was like a Reddit thing, was that the Warner Brothers is right here when it's actually provided. It's provided by Warner Max. Warner Brothers, the film studio. Warner Max is on the AT&T side, which is releasing it on HBO Max. So that part is interesting, but it could be because it's coming out of the Warner Brothers press portal. They stuck Warner Brothers on it. Not necessarily that Warner Brothers is the one releasing it, but made for TV movies, pay TV. That's interesting. So, but the date, September 5th, 2021. But this is really short-lived, by the way. Very short-lived. Because later on, and this, as the information circulates, showing an image of the DC press release for the press that the film Justice League Snyder Cut will be released in September. This has come from Terraverso. We accessed the platform to confirm the veracity, and there is no official release date yet. Let's wait. So this one, when they went in, they had no release date because they took off the release date. Warner Brothers said, oops. We put the release date out, didn't we? We put the premiere date. So they went in and took it out. But even further, Casey Walsh, who's a scooper who also runs Geeks Worldwide, says, stepping in here because I see the usual know-it-all, trying time to debunk this. It is 100% real. It was hidden on a Warner Brothers media site for press. Here is a screen I took from my PC. This has not only been removed, but the Zack Snyder's Justice League page is now gone as well. They fucked up. They fucked up. So that's there. It's true. It's been on a screen. I even confirmed it with a few people. And it's definitely an actual thing that happened today. But furthermore, I'm not saying this date is definite. It could very well be a placeholder, as I'm hearing Q1 is still in play. But the image wasn't made to fool you. It was posted and made by Warner Brothers Public Relations. So it did happen. They did possibly accidentally put it out. Maybe it shouldn't have put it out, but they did. And now it's gone. It's final. It's gone. But that could be the release date. But if it's not, we're still got to go back to that Warner Media where they actually said that they're planning to release Zack Snyder's Justice League in Q1, at least the early to mid of 2021. So that's got to be the beginning of the year, possibly like around February or March, January, February, March, but I'm thinking more March. But if it's in September, that could maybe, just guessing, that could maybe because of this whole COVID-19, maybe there's project delays, things that he wanted to do, possibly trying to get the title, but the title's right there. So I don't know. So I'm really curious to see when this thing will be released in 2021. What do you think? Put down in the comments down below, when do you think, or would be a great time to release Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max? Put down in the comments below and let me know. All right, the next thing I want to talk about, because we're talking about DC, of course, this is all about DC, but the biggest news in terms of the trade reports right now is that DC FanDome drew in 22 million views. Amazing. This is coming from Variety. DC FanDome drew 22 million views. Here's how Warner Brothers pull it off. I'm not going to read the entire thing for you, but pretty much, according to the studio, the DC FanDome Hall of Heroes event generated 22 million views across 220 countries and territories over a 24-hour run via the in-house player live streams by comic book influencers and other content generated by fans watching the event. So they actually even counted my views as well. That's interesting because I did put one out. I had a live stream that all my members can access right now of the whole entire thing, and I'm sure a lot of people had done it as well. So that's amazing that they pulled all that in, but that's great. The film, TV, and video game trailers released during DC FanDome, including Wonder Woman 1984, The Batman, and the Snyder Cut, or Zack Snyder's Justice League, have pulled in over 150 million views since Saturday. Definitely DC just literally just dominated the trending on YouTube, right? They're all three trailers topped the trending, and that was it was crazy. It was great. It was actually a fantastic event for DC. And DC FanDome trended on Twitter in 53 markets and on YouTube in 82 markets. So this is something that they're definitely probably gonna try to do again with all this pandemic and how it is relatively easy to put together in terms of not having to go to a place. They don't max out Hall H for, you know, what was the 7,000 people that they can go in there. They can literally show the same thing, get people hyped, market their films, market everything to over 22 million views. That is astronomically more than what they could accomplish at San Diego Comic-Con. And I think that it makes it such a huge, they really opened their eyes, and it's such a big win for AT&T, for Warner Max, for Warner Media, and for them to show that we can do this. We can really market it in such a way that we don't have to compromise the safety of the people, safety of the customers, and actually get it out to more internationally, bigger, better, huge. And this is something that I'm going to guess Marvel is going to plan to do it in the same thing. Star Wars is going to do the same thing. I think everybody's going to start to do this. It just makes sense. So, and plus, because of the whole global scope and what's happening right now, it's clearly impossible, but not impossible to bring it to the world, right? So I think this is a giant success, and I think they're going to probably do it again. They probably will do it again. I'm probably going to say that they will. So that is an amazing thing, and I can't wait. But DC FanDome is not over, right? DC FanDome, that was just the first. That was just Hall of Heroes. We still got a few more places to go in terms of DC FanDome. Wow. If you look over here, it's really just Watchverse, Insiderverse, Uverse, Funverse, and Kidsverse now. So pretty much it's going to be a little bit more of a TV panels like Batwoman, Black Lightning panel, and there's some things in there where you can maybe watch the new Deathstroke movie. I don't know if they're playing that. No, I think it's just the panel this time around. So it's pretty much very limited and very, you know, it's not as big as the Hall H, which is Hall of Heroes pretty much, right? But, you know, some people are kind of saying there may be surprises or hinting there may be surprises. I don't know. So will there be more surprises for the second half of DC? Boss Logic maybe thinks so. Guessing or hoping. Not sure. Now, Boss Logic is part of DC FanDome as well. But when someone asked this person named Tony Stark, Hitchhiker 7970, he says, Boss Logic, the Ben Affleck Batman HBO thing you teased isn't happening, huh? And he said, I heard DC FanDome was split into 2 events, right? And this was just recent. This was today. But then he deleted it. He deleted it. So what does that mean? I don't know. But there's another person who doesn't think there's anything, and that is Grace Randolph. There are no big announcements in DC FanDome Part 2 from what she's heard. It's more a celebration of DC. So we're going to have to wait and see. what comes out of part 2 of DC FanDome. When you look at the schedule, I don't see anything that a Ben Affleck panel could show up unless they change something in the meantime or how it's presented. But right now, if you go to schedule.dcfandom.com, I just don't see anywhere that they could actually place something that big in there without trying to get the attention from everybody. If they wanted to get attention from everybody on some big reveals like new movies and so on and so forth, I think it will be like the top panel. It would just say announcing a new panel, a secret panel, then it would say it. But I'm going to be optimistic and say, you know what? Hey, it's still a whiles away. It's coming September 12th, where we haven't even reached September yet. So by the next coming weeks, there may or may not be any changes. Maybe we'll find out those 2 secret movies, and they're going to for some other reason, when they're able to put it together, they'll release it on DC FanDome Part 2. Here's hoping, but not holding my breath because of the schedule we're seeing right now. But at least we can celebrate DC and have fun at DC FanDome Part 2. And let's just not try to expect any surprises unless there's something drops in terms of hidden panels or surprise panels or major things happening from here now till DC FanDome Part 2. So that's all I can say about that. No, I don't know anything, and I don't know any more than you do. So I'm just as excited for DC FanDome Part 2, but still excited and still like really energized to keep watching that Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer. I rewatched the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer too. I rewatched the Batman trailer also. I also watched the Suicide Squad one. There's a few things in there I want to talk about the Suicide Squad one in the next show, so be on the lookout for that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. Like I said, if you like my daily DC movie updates, please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell right down below. And if you'd like to support my channel, go ahead and join. Thank you, and good night.